What it do, my tribe? I'm back with another video. Today, I'm going to give you 7 tips on moving forward after being in a toxic relationship. Y'all stay tuned. Hopefully, it's some informative things in there to help you move forward to a better and more prosperous and healthy relationship. Y'all stay tuned. Okay, y'all, let's get right into it. First, I want to thank everybody for coming back. Thank you to all our new subscribers. If you haven't done so, go ahead and press that like button. I want to thank everybody for all the support you've been giving to our channel. We really appreciate it from the heart. Thank you guys so much. So today we're going to get on the topic about how to move on after you've been in a toxic relationship. So I have some tips that I'm going to give to you guys, you know, because it's so many people that can come on here and tell you what you're doing wrong. And then, you know what I'm saying, don't offer any kind of advice or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like people like to keep stuff to themselves. So I wrote it down, the topics I want to touch on. So I would say number 10 is to understand that there was nothing, absolutely nothing that you could have done to fix that relationship. And I feel like that's very important, because when you're getting out of a toxic relationship, the first thing you start doing is start doubting yourself and thinking about if you could have done this or if you could have done that. Understand that no matter what you would have done, no matter what you would have done, you could have been the most generous, the most loving, the most understanding, the most unproblematic person in the world. And that still wouldn't work. And that's very important for you to understand very early on when you're trying to get over these toxic relationships or a toxic relationship. Because if you spend your time wondering, or you have these what if things going on in your mind, it's a possibility that you're going to go back and try those new things out again. Amongst all the bad shit that was going on, you think if you can fix this about yourself, or could have done this a little bit more, then that situation would work. When you're really trying to get over a toxic relationship, you're going to you have to let that part go and understand that it's nothing I could do. You could have been the most freakiest, you could have been the most intelligent, the most bossed up woman, you know what I'm saying? The most everything, man, everything. And it's nothing that you could do that would have satisfied that person, because they didn't want to, they not happy with themselves. You know what I'm saying? They ain't satisfied with themselves. So it was nothing that you would be able to do, because we ain't out here to save people. I say that all the time. We are not out here to save people. So that's number 10. We're going to go 10, 9, 8 like that. Number 10, just understand that part first, that there's nothing you can do. Because when you start thinking about that, man, I should have cooked more. I should have been more available. I should have done this, that, and the third. I should have dressed like this or talked like that. When you start thinking like that, then it's a possibility that you might go back to that relationship and try to fix it based on those little things that you picked yourself apart about. So that's number 9. Let go of toxic friends. When you are truly trying to get yourself out of a toxic relationship with someone that you had an intimate relationship with, you can't have toxic friends around you. You may have 1 or 2, you may have a whole group and have to end up being by yourself. But those toxic friends want to keep you in that toxic relationship. Those are the friends that's going to continue to bring up their name to you, that's going to continue to keep you updated on them when they know that you are trying to move on in your life. They are the people that's going to remind you of, even if you do move on in your life, those are the toxic friends that are going to remind you, if you dating somebody else, they're going to remind you of the toxic relationship that you had with somebody and mention their name. You know what I'm saying? And continuously do that. You need to get those people out of your life too. Because on the way to healing, it ain't no room for people like that in your life. There is no room for, and I'm speaking just on my sisters right now. And if men, if you can relate, then do that. Because I know it's some hoe ass niggas out here that do the same damn thing. But if you got fucking females in your life that like to bring up shit about your past relationships when you're trying to move on, or, you know what I'm saying, they see you in a good place in your life and want to remind you of what your ex is doing today when you ain't even asked them. It's like out of sight, out of mind. Why are you bringing it up? Are you with me on this journey of healing, or are you not? And you'd be surprised how many are not. You'd be surprised how many of your so-called friends want to see you stuck in the same situation that you were in. And they don't want to see your growth. And if you have people like that in your life, get them up out your life. They're not a part of your healing process. And that's number 9. Get rid of toxic friends. Number 8, I would say to take a social media break. Take a break from social media. You have to. And when you're going through the process of getting out of a toxic relationship, you need to block your toxic friends. You need to block them. Because ain't nothing more embarrassing than blocking somebody and then you have this little thing where you feel like you want to go back and talk to them and they have to accept your friend request. So blocking them off the top is a great way to start, because out of sight, out of mind. And the same thing for them. A lot of times you're going to see they ain't trying to contact you. They don't want to see you, but you still fixated on the person because it was a toxic relationship. You used to catering to their needs. You used to seeing what's going on with them. They're telling you their problems and putting this burden on you. Now you free. Now you free. You don't have to be worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Take a break from social media. People need to be like, have you seen her? Like that type shit. You know what I mean? Take a break and just focus on the stuff that you like to do for a minute when it comes to taking a break from social media. Go binge watch some shows. Go do something, anything but being on social media, you know? And if you have kids, start building back up those strong relationships again, because I'm pretty sure if people, when you're in toxic relationships, it takes away from your child because the person that you're in a relationship with requires so much of your attention. So it's plenty of things to do outside of social media, you know what I'm saying, to keep your mind busy off of wondering what that person is doing. Wondering who that person is seeing. Why you give a fuck? You should be glad. You know what I'm saying? Whenever those little doubts come in your mind, just think to yourself, I should be glad because somebody else got to deal with it and not me. You know what I'm saying? You're better than that. You're so much better than that. You ain't got to worry about it no more. That's somebody else's problem. That's their problem to have. So I would say, you know what I'm saying? Take a break from social media. Because just right along with that, you don't need to see what they posting. They don't need to see what you posting. That's even better. You know what I'm saying? And even if they do try to communicate with you, understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start growing, of course, here they come. It's like they can smell you doing better. And here they come. But you got to stay strong. The best thing to do is to block them. Then you don't have to worry about them contacting you at all. They shouldn't have no means of being able to contact you on your phone. Everything. Block their ass. 7. Start getting back to doing the things that you were doing before you got in that relationship. Or things that you were doing in a relationship that your partner didn't support. You know, you need to get back into doing those things again. Things that they used to call stupid. Or you ain't gonna make it like that. Or you ain't gonna make no money off that. Or that sound dumb. Or everybody does that. Those are some of the traits of egotistical, toxic person that will say things like that to somebody who's trying to grow in some kind of way. Either you gonna help me grow or you're not. You know what I'm saying? That happens a lot in relationships, and we end up submitting and losing ourselves. If it's not taken away from your family, you know what I'm saying? They should be supportive. All those things and ideas that we have in our mind, stop thinking everything that you feel that's an idea is stupid. It's not. Somebody had an idea of putting fucking sticky stuff on the back of a piece of paper so we wouldn't have to be writing in notebooks all the time and we can stick the paper in it. You know how many people probably called them stupid? Get back to the things that you like to do, the things that make you special. That people that you're in a toxic relationship with tried to tear down. and make it seem like you can't do it. Them little doubts and shit is like little demons in your mind telling you, keeping you from your dreams. That's all that it is. They little demons trying to keep you from your dreams. And it's a lot of people that play on that. They don't want to see you successful. They don't want to see you have an idea. Everything has to be revolved around them. And now that you're getting yourself out the toxic relationship, you should be happy that you're free. Again, I'm going to say that's going to be a recurring theme through the whole thing. You're free now. You're free. Enjoy that. Enjoy getting to know yourself and all those things that you used to love about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And don't let nobody, friend or nobody, make you feel like what you like to do, unless it's murdering people full time. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something like that, then you should be able to enjoy those things that you used to enjoy before you met them. You know? Before the light was taken away. You got to start building that light back up. Turn it on bit by bit until it's shining so bright can't nobody touch you. Till they can't see you. You know what I said? You can't see me. You know what I'm saying? Number 7. Important one. 6. Pray. Pray. Pray every day. Every day pray for your healing. I'm one who likes to say things out loud, and I'm going to get into that with the next one. But prayer is very important. You know what I'm saying? It's very important to your spirit. You need to pray for your spirit, pray for your mind, and pray for your strength. You know what I'm saying? To be able to get past this. You have to have prayer in the forefront or it's not going to work. It's almost like you in a rehab. You know what I'm saying? Those 12 steps. I only got a few today, but prayer is the number one. You have to pray about your situation. Because if you could get yourself out of the situation, you would have been gone. You know? So prayer is very important. And I'm going to loop that in. This was number 6. I'm going to loop that in with number 5. Talk to God like he your best friend. Because God did say he was a jealous God. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Sister Soldier said it best. That it's a razor thin line between worship and love. And a lot of the times we tread that line when we in relationships with men. You know what I'm saying? It goes over to the point of worshiping. Because if you was thinking, if it was just going on love, love is not worship. When you're getting taken away from things that you love, when you're getting demeaned, when you're getting abused, when you're getting, and you still giving that love and everything, you still trying to give something to this person that don't care about you, you're going towards worshiping now. I worship the ground you walk on. I will do anything that you tell me to do. I will conform myself, even if it means taking away from who I truly am. I will do that for you. That's worship. And it's a thin, razor thin line between worship and love. And that's a pause for you to just think about that. You know? You have to talk to God like he's your best friend. He's a jealous God. Talk to him out loud. Talk when you don't have nobody to talk to. I ain't talking about like closing your eyes. I'm just talking about walking around the house talking. When you get to thinking crazy stuff in your mind about going back to being with that person. Because really you're a reflection. So you're really talking to yourself. It's like, man, should I? Nah, I ain't about to do that. Nah, that don't even make no sense. And then you start thinking about the things of the reasons why. God is like it's like a conscience that's telling you. But you got to talk to him. Let him know. Hey, God, you know, I'm thinking about calling him, you know, or you know, I'm worried about him or something like that. He going to give you an answer. It may not be the answer you want, because always the answer you want is the easiest one. And you're not going to get that. People, we all know that we're more harder on ourselves than anybody else. You know? So when you speaking to God, you are still speaking to yourself. But that feeling that's on the inside, when you making the right decision, you know what I'm saying? That's that beaming light. When you making the wrong decision, that's that thing right here in the middle of your stomach that start hurting a little bit. That little, like how you about to cry, you get that knot in your throat. That's when you know you're making the wrong decision. And you know the consequences that follow. But you just got to listen to your heart, listen to God. Because he's always there. He always been there. He don't be understanding why we be fooling with this madness. He be like, I don't like that nigga either. I made him, but I don't like him. He got a long way to go. He ain't supposed to be with you. You know? So I say that's very important. Prayer and talking to God like that's your best friend. Letting God become your best friend and lead you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is the last one. After you've done all these things to get yourself, you know what I'm saying, in the movements of moving out of this mind frame of I was in a toxic relationship. Now, after that, after you reached and find yourself, it's time for you to start doing things as if you were in a healthy relationship. Even though nobody's there, start preparing yourself for that. You know, people always talk about Sierra's prayer and stuff. And I love the prayer. I thought it was wonderful. But we all have our own prayers. And you got to start moving in a way like you already have a husband. You know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all rooms is fucked up right now. Some of y'all got trash all over y'all rooms, clothes all over the place, one bar of soap, one towel. You ain't cooking. You door dashing all the time. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. Because the same thing that we expect from men, you know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to be that person too. Because a lot of people is not even ready to be in a relationship. If I come over to your house, why you ain't got no soap? Or hold on, let me go find a clean towel for you, looking ass girl. You know what I'm saying? Room a mess. Got doors closed and shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we ain't even prepared for that. Get up in the morning. We don't make no breakfast. You know what I'm saying? We just in it and we just winging it. We just winging it. When you truly get in that mind frame, you start preparing yourself for things. It's almost like, you know how they say when you about to have a baby and you start nesting and you start getting the Pampers and stuff ready, getting her, putting her little clothes and stuff and hanging them up and stuff like that. It's the same thing when God is getting you prepared for a husband. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You start feeling this thing of, man, I need to start doing this, or I need to take care of this. And you do. It's a feeling. But that feeling ain't going to come, you know, if you ain't already that person. It's not going to come if you mentally ain't ready. Or he's going to send you somebody that you chose, not that he chose. So I feel like at the end of your journey, you need to be preparing yourself for what God got next for you. You know, that means acting like you already have somebody there. Because at that time, God is your man right now. So all you need to do is make sure you getting up, you being healthy. You know what I'm saying? You praying, you taking care of your children, you giving them that time that they may have missed while you was in the toxic relationship. You know what I'm saying? You doing all of these things and you healing yourself, you loving yourself, you starting to do things that you used to do. You know what I'm saying? That leaves little gateways for good people to come in, but also negative. You gotta watch yourself, because you know them bottom feeder bloodsuckers can smell success from a mile away. You got to watch their ass. But if you smart and you've been knowing what you want and what you don't want, which I'm gonna get into that, I think later on this week, really knowing what you want, I feel like you will leave yourself open to beautiful possibilities. You really would. So those are my tips for healing and helping you to get yourself out of these situations, or after the situation, how to be able to heal from that. You know, because it ain't easy. And it's so easy for people to come on here and be like, girl, just don't talk to him no more. Girl, he ain't shit, and blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy, but then be the same people sometimes that as soon as you move on, girl, guess what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it starts from within. You know, you got to start there. You got to do some physical things, but mostly it starts within. And those are my tips, and I felt on my heart to do that today. Anybody that's going through something out there, you know what I'm saying, reach out. I love to speak to anybody who want to talk. You know what I'm saying? I love to offer advice to people. I mean, that's my lane, and I will do it in the most respectful way that I know how, you know, because I'm real, and I've been through a lot in my life. It ain't always been easy. It ain't always been where I can sit up here and talk to people the way I'm talking to y'all right now. So much respect and love to all my family out there. Peace out, my tribe. do unto others, you will have them do unto you, y'all. Y'all have a good week.